My mother is from an island off the coast of Kobe in Japan called Awajishima. This is the story she told me about Kazu, the swimming widower. Kazu swims urgently in the cold black of the ocean. The gentle lap of the waves, his chattering teeth, and the rhythmic splash of his strokes are the only sounds that pierce the stillness of the night. He cannot see the shore anymore. He is searching for his wife, Aiko, a wife who had died just a few days prior. During his eulogy, Kazu shared what a new experience it was being the husband of an amma. In Japan, diving women are called amma. Typically, they dive for fish. I had never met an amma before, Kazu stated. I was always so scared when Aiko would go diving for fish, when I had the means to provide. Why did she risk her life? But she would always respond, the sea giveth and taketh away. And I'd watch from our deck as she swam into the ocean, praying the sea would give her back to me. I guess this time it was not meant to be, he said sadly. The guest did not know Kazu was responsible for Aiko's death, nor that this had not been the first. You see, Kazu had killed before. 3 times to be exact. He enjoyed courting desperate, unmarried women, especially those older than typical matchmaking age. He would use his charm and good looks to make them fall in love with him. Their families were ecstatic because Kazu was a man of great wealth. Sadly, his marriages were short-lived. Literally, each of his wives perished in a tragic fatal accident within the year. Kazu would move on quickly, too burdened by his grief to stay. The families always understood and asked him to keep in touch. Well, he never did. The evening following Aiko's funeral, Kazu was celebrating his recent triumph on his deck overlooking the ocean. Suddenly, he heard a faint Kazu. Startled, he leaned over the railing and listened intently. Kazu, husband. It was Aiko's voice. Horrified, Kazu dove into the water and began swimming towards the voice. He was confused. If he had drugged her tea the morning she disappeared, how could she have survived all those days at sea? So Kazu ignored the cold, continued swimming, hoping for an explanation and a chance to finish what he started. As Kazu got further into the ocean, the voice went quiet. He didn't notice the monstrous shadow circling below him. What he did notice was the slow pull of the water, sucking him deeper into the jaws of the colossal creature, rushing upwards to devour him. The last thing he remembered was the silhouette of the creature's teeth, snapping shut, blocking out his final glimpse of the moon before he lost consciousness. Kazu! Kazu awoke to Aiko's voice. Impossibly, she was shaking him awake. He looked at his presumed dead wife in horror and, oh, sweet Aiko misinterpreted that horror for concern and assured him, Kazu, it's okay. I know you've been worried sick. I fell asleep while out diving, and the spirit of the ocean swallowed me and has kept me safe. You see, Aiko had built a small campground inside the belly of the beast. Kazu's gaze lingered on the campfire, where a spit loaded with fish was giving off a delightful aroma. His stomach rumbled, though out of hunger or dread, difficult to say. Oh, my dear husband, I was so scared I would never see you again, but the sea has given you back to me. And with that, Aiko embraced Kazu and hurried to prepare him a plate of fish. Kazu followed, stunned by the dramatic shift of his circumstances. And as he ate his fish, he was relieved that Aiko did not realize what he had done. That's when he choked on the fish and blacked out. Kazu coughed up water. He was in the middle of the cold black of the ocean. He could not see the shore anymore, and remembered he was searching for his wife Aiko, a wife he had killed a few days prior. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the sea was not happy that Kazu took one of its treasured diving women. To this day and for all eternity, Kazu is destined to search for Aiko and be consumed by the monster of the ocean over and over again, hoping for an explanation and a chance to finish what he started. And he never will. The sea giveth and taketh away. Toastmaster.